Hey everybody, welcome, welcome to Hidden Horror. Thank you for spending this time with me. I appreciate that. Let's get started.
I'm sorry about that. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hidden Horror. How are you today? How's your Monday going? How is your week starting? How are you feeling, right? Yeah, I'm here today, everybody, but I had a very hard day, so I'm just going to push through and get this information to you. I wish I could have brought it to you sooner, but I've been busy. But I'm here now, I'm here today, and I want to bring you some information. So, on last Thursday, Malachi Mitchell was the young man in Georgia that went to sell his gun to someone that he knew, and he ended up being shot and killed. So he had his funeral arrangements set for Friday and a viewing for last Thursday. So I want to bring that information to you. And then they had a balloon release in honor of him. So I want to share all of those details with you. So let's get started. The first article that I'm coming with, it's actually on the website for the funeral home where the arrangements were made. So it's on legacy.com. We have primarily an obituary that was put together for Malachi. So, one second. I want to share my screen and show that to you. So, let me pull up the obituary. Okay. Okay, so it's a nice picture of Malachi in a suit, very sharp. Okay, and they had some options if you wanted to send flowers and things like that, you could, but I'm going to go down to the obituary information for him. So you can sign a guest book as well if you want to show some support. Okay, so let's get started. To pull it up again, it closed out abruptly. So Malachi Mitchell, the obituary was published on legacy.com by Heritage Funeral Home and Chapel Inc. on February 13th, 2025. Malachi Mitchell, age 21 of Douglasville, Georgia, entered his eternal rest on Wednesday, January 29th, 2025. His memory will be forever cherished by his loving family and friends. Visitation was for Thursday, and then the funeral was set for Friday. They said if you want to send flowers to the family or plant a tree in memory of Malachi, you can visit their floral store. Okay. So they didn't give a lot of details. If you just want to show the family some love, some support, if you want to share his obituary in memory of him, you can do that there. Okay. So I'm going to close that out. Now I want to move on to There was a balloon release in honor of Malachi. So I want to talk about that, and then I'm going to share such a somewhat of a brief video. It's about 2 minutes long about the balloon release. Okay. This is by Fox5Atlanta.com. It's dated February 22nd, 2025. It's by Eric Mock, and it's titled Fight for Justice Continues with Vigil, Balloon Release for Malachi Mitchell. Okay. So they have 3 bullets. One moment, please. The first bullet says family and friends of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell gathered for a vigil and balloon release to honor him and demand justice. The second bullet is Malachi was found shot dead in a car in Douglas County, but the driver, identified as the shooter, has not been arrested. And then the last bullet is Mitchell's mother says she will continue to seek justice for her son by taking legal action against the shooter. Now, the article reads as follows. The family and friends of 21-year-old Malachi Mitchell gathered for the second time in 2 days to honor him and demand answers in his killing. Now, they have a timeline, so I'll go over that. January 29th, Malachi Mitchell was found shot dead in a car. The shooter was briefly questioned by deputies. February the 3rd, family and friends held a funeral at West Hunter Street Baptist Church. February 4th, a vigil and balloon release were held to honor Malachi and demand justice. Okay. On Saturday evening, dozens of friends and family members of Malachi Mitchell gathered for a vigil to remember him. Some of them drove in from as far away as Florida. All of them released balloons and sky lanterns to honor him. They chanted justice for Malachi as they released the balloons. His mother, Kenya Mitchell, says this event was about keeping the public aware of their demand for answers in her son's killing. Yesterday, we were able to celebrate his life and honor him, and today we're back to fighting for justice, Mitchell said. This comes after the family laid Malachi to rest Friday at West Hunter Street Baptist Church in Atlanta. On January 29th, a routine traffic stop by Douglas County Sheriff's Office deputies near Thornton Road and I-20 led to the discovery of 21-year-old Malachi A. Mitchell's body in the passenger seat of a vehicle. The driver, known to Mitchell, was taken into custody for questioning, but was later released as the investigation continued. Authorities revealed that Mitchell had met with the driver to sell a firearm, which led to an altercation inside the vehicle. The driver allegedly shot Mitchell with a separate firearm and continued driving while seeking advice from a third party who is now a witness in the case. The investigation by the Douglas County Sheriff's Office indicated that the driver was panicked, believed he had been set up, and thought he was being followed. The sheriff's office has not yet determined whether the shooting was an act of self defense or a crime, and no charges have been filed at this time. The investigation remains active, and the official cause of death for Mitchell has not been released. Mitchell's family plans to continue pursuing justice through the courts. The lawsuit is still against the killer, it is still active. Kenya told Fox 5 Atlanta. So let me share the video now. I'm going to share my screen. So my apologies.
Front seat of his car. Once Eric Mark joins us from the light desk, and here the family's still searching for justice. Dead in the front seat of his car. Once Eric Mark joins us from the light desk, and here the family's still searching for justice.
They really are. You know, they said that Friday's funeral was about remembering Malachi's life, while today's vigil and balloon release was about keeping their cries for justice alive. Saturday evening, dozens of friends and family members of Malachi Mitchell gathered for a vigil to remember him. Family drove in from as far away as Florida, releasing balloons and even sky lanterns to honor him. His mother, Kenya Mitchell, says it's also to show that they're continuing to demand answers.
Yesterday, we were able to celebrate his life and honor him. And today, we're back to fighting for justice.
The 21-year-old was found dead in the front seat of a car Douglas County deputies pulled over on January 29th. Investigators say that Malachi had met the driver of that car to sell him a gun, but they say the two then got into a struggle over the gun, and the driver pulled out his own gun and shot and killed Malachi. But the sheriff's office still has not arrested the shooter, has not said whether they plan to bring charges against him or whether the shooting was justified. Family and friends laid Malachi to rest after a funeral at West Hunter Street Baptist Church Friday.
I'm overwhelmed with joy and appreciation to know that Malachi did not die in vain. And
Kenya Mitchell says she still doesn't understand why the sheriff's office hasn't arrested or charged the shooter, and says they're continuing to pursue justice for Malachi through the court.
lawsuit is still against the killer. It's still active. It will be. He'll be served in publication since we now he's nowhere to be found.
Now, we've requested interviews with the Douglas County Sheriff's Office several times to get answers about this case. They've not responded to our requests. Reporting live desk, Eric Mock, Fox 5 News.
Okay, well, let me close this. I'm going to stop sharing that. Well, the police are not responding. They're not giving details because it's an active investigation. I feel that typically the greatest opportunity to effectuate an arrest in a case, particularly when you have the suspect, you're not looking for the suspect, it is not an unknown situation, you know who the suspect is, you just don't have enough. I don't think this would be first-degree murder. I almost feel like it may not even be second-degree murder. You know, there's lower standards of homicide, negligent homicide, maybe even manslaughter. I think it would be difficult to have the higher charges just because of what the killer is alleging happened, that there was this sale, but something went wrong, and now there is a all-right fight in the vehicle, and now he has shot and killed Malachi. I I don't know if the case has been handed over to the district attorney to make a decision for charging, but I do not see first degree or second degree murder. I'm thinking something like manslaughter, just because of the circumstances. I don't know what's in those text messages, if there are charges at all. That this may be looked at as self-defense. I don't know. I don't know what the text messages say. I don't know how long the killer was driving around with Malachi's body in the car. I don't know how long the witness, the person that was on the phone, was on the phone. Were they caught before Malachi got in the vehicle? Were they caught and on the phone during the entire duration of everything? Were they caught after Malachi was shot? We don't have those answers. At least I don't see those answers publicly. Now, if there's a trial, of course, we will be able to easily discover that from cell phone records and also from the police video cam. They'll be able to determine when was this vehicle stopped and when did the killer make the call to the third party. So we just have to be patient and wait and see. And we have to wait and see if there are going to be no charges at all. No criminal charges. Justified homicide, we don't know. But I did want to just express again, I'm sorry to the Mitchell family for their loss. I never want to see anybody hurt, harm, or injured. And it's just unfortunate that this had to happen also amongst someone that they know. There's a lot of violence. There's a lot of crime where the victim knows their killer. We have to do more about it. So I just wanted to bring you that update. I want you to remember to please stay smart, stay safe, stay savvy. Be well, all my friends. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.